What's the best part about award shows? The disasters that happen live. Let's take a look at the worst ones in history. Of course, we have to start with the slap heard around the world at the 94th Academy Awards. I'm referring to the unmistakable sound of Will Smith's hand hitting Chris Rock's face during the 2022 Oscars. The incident unfolded as stand-up comedian Chris Rock was on stage to present the Best Documentary Award. He was telling jokes and roasting fellow actors when he told a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head that struck a nerve. He said, "Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it." G.I. Jane was a character with a shaved head played by Demi Moore actually in 1994. Smith, the former Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, laughed at first, but Pinkett Smith rolled her eyes and clearly didn't appreciate the joke. So the actress actually has alopecia, which is a condition that causes like intermittent hair loss. She's been very public about her struggles, and she shaves her head to try to come to terms with her condition. Now, seeing his wife's discomfort and reaction must have triggered Smith to act. Within a moment, he walked up to Rock on stage and slapped the comedian across his face. In the confusion and shock, viewers wondered if the incident was scripted until Smith returned to his table, where he yelled at Rock with a voice like full of emotion, "Keep my wife's name out your bleeping mouth." And he yelled that not once, but twice. Later in the show, Smith actually won Best Oscar for his role as Richard Williams in the Oscar-nominated movie King Richard. During a very tearful acceptance speech, he did apologize to the Academy and other nominees, but notably not Chris Rock. Sofía Vergara's pedestal gag at the 2014 Emmys. Now, at the 2014 Emmys, many feminist social media users and critics alike slammed a sight gag featuring Sofía Vergara and the Television Academy chairman Bruce Rosenblum. Now, the joke literally placed the Modern Family star on a slowly revolving pedestal, with her curves on full display. Now, Rosenblum ended his very boring speech about the state of TV with what seemed like a justification of the body sells mentality. The bit was intended to be ironic and to show that someone can be hot, funny, and make fun of themselves. However, some found the bit offensive, calling it objectifying and stereotypical. Now, what truly matters is that, we never forget that our success is based on always giving the viewers something compelling to watch. Vergara didn't understand the backlash, and she said she thought the whole thing was kind of ridiculous. Now, she told Entertainment Weekly that she did not see the gag as demeaning. She said it's absolutely the opposite. It means that somebody can be hot and also funny and make fun of herself. She continued to add, saying somebody who has no sense of humor might find this offensive. Either way, audiences were not impressed, and they haven't done something like this since, so it definitely made an impact. The wrong Best Picture winner is named at the 89th Academy Awards. So February 26, 2017 is an Oscar night that will live in everyone's mind forever. Former Bonnie and Clyde co-stars Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty were presenting the Best Picture category. Now, Beatty looked confused as he pulled the winner's name out of the red envelope and tossed it to Dunaway, who called out La La Land. The team behind, the musical, rushed the stage and started gushing, giving thanks and suggesting that more people vow to make bold and diverse work. Now, during the second and third speeches, men in headsets started gathering on stage and inspecting envelopes while the faces of the cast and crew started to change. Producer Josh Horowitz then announced that Moonlight had actually won and held up the correct card. Shock spread throughout the entire theater, like many gasps were heard. People couldn't understand if this was all a joke or if it was for real. Moonlight cast basically hesitantly kind of walked up to the stage. Host Jimmy Kimmel blamed Steve Harvey and suggested everyone get statues. And Beatty, returned the microphone to explain that he wasn't trying to be funny. He had been given a duplicate envelope and card for the Best Actress in a Leading Role winner, which was Emma Stone from La La Land. Stone had received the award earlier in the night. It was talked about for so long, and honestly, I remember watching it live and I was just as confused, but I did find it hilarious. Kanye West interrupts Taylor Swift at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards. You knew this was coming, obviously. It's arguably, the best worst one. Now, Kanye West is no stranger to controversy, but when he jumped on stage at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards and stole the mic from then 19-year-old Taylor Swift's hands just as she started her acceptance speech for Best Female Video, he took it to another level. Apparently he thought, his gal pal Beyonce deserved the award for single ladies more than the country pop singer. He said, "Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you and I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time." One of the best videos of all time, he said again, before actually returning the mic to Taylor, who looked really confused. As for Queen Bee, she invited Swift on stage with her as she accepted the Video of the Year award later that night. The beef between West and Swift has played on for years as both artists made diss tracks, took to social media, apologized, gave and then retracted forgiveness, and so on and so forth. Sean Spicer's joke falls flat at the 2017 Emmy Awards. Host Stephen Colbert invited an unwelcome guest to spice up his opening monologue at the 2017 Emmy Awards. Now, during a joke about making that year's show the most watched Emmy telecast ever, former White House press secretary Sean Spicer rolled in behind a replica of his infamous podium, just as Melissa McCarthy, who was in the audience a few rows away, does when she portrayed him on Saturday Night Live. Spicer declared, this is the largest audience to witness the Emmys, period, both in person and around the world. The joke referenced a lie Spicer was complicit in about the attendance numbers at the inauguration in January of that year. Hollywood and fans did not seem ready to laugh with Spicy, and many, like Kamal Najani, James Corden, Cal Penn, and Seth Rogen tweeted their disgust that he was given even a moment to redeem himself or look sympathetic. Harry Potter's Jason Isaacs posted a photo of the poisonous purveyor of lies at the bar at the Netflix party and posted that he has, just a giant festering kind of crowd around him. John Travolta mispronounces Idina Menzel's name at the 86 Academy Awards. John Travolta had one job to do at the 2014 Oscars, literally just one job, which was to introduce Frozen singer-actress Idina Menzel's performance of what would become that evening's Best Original Song winner. Instead, he bizarrely welcomed Adele Dazeem to the stage. He said, "Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem." Most assumed he was inebriated, while some feared he literally had a stroke on stage. He blamed a frazzled entrance, an unexpected encounter with Goldie Hawn, and a change on the cue cards. Menzel let it go, you see what I did there? But not before playfully returning the favor the following year by asking Glom Gazingo to join her on stage and jokingly added, "It's not like it's gonna follow me around for the rest of my life or anything." Both moments were equally as funny, and the payback was clever. 2024 marked 10 years since that infamous moment, and Menzel celebrated the 10-year anniversary of that moment with a TikTok video posted, on March 2nd of last year, gently kind of poking fun at the name flub and wishing Adele Dazeem a happy birthday. She said, "Hey Adele Dazeem, it's Idina Menzel. I just wanted to say happy birthday, sending you so much love and positive energy. I hope you have the best day." And then she sang happy birthday. In the days after, Travolta uttered those two words, it became the butt of late night jokes on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. He said, "I'm your host, Jimmy Fallon," or as John Travolta would call me, Jalin Fajala. Now, Travolta released a statement on March 4th, 2014, addressing the incident and how it went viral. He said, "I've been beating myself up all day. Then I thought, what would Idina Menzel say? She'd say, let it go, let it go." Idina is incredibly talented, and I am so happy Frozen took home 2 Oscars Sunday night. This joke will surely live on for years to come. Jennifer Lawrence takes a tumble. Everyone made this, tumble before, just not, in front of so many eyeballs. Leave it to a performer known for being relatable to do the most relatable thing. Moments after she was announced as the winner of the Oscar for Best Actress at the 2013 Academy Awards for her role in Silver Linings Playbook, Jennifer Lawrence experienced what is likely every actor's worst nightmare, falling on the Dolby Theater steps. Fortunately, J-Law being J-Law, she managed to recover pretty smoothly. She said, "You guys are only standing up because I fell and you feel bad," as the audience gave her a standing ovation. Steve Harvey crowns the wrong Miss Universe. Who could ever forget the agonizing moment, that Steve Harvey crowned the wrong winner in front of thousands and millions actually of viewers watching live and at home. Harvey initially announced Miss Colombia as the winner before realizing his mistake and conceding that, Miss Philippines was actually the real queen. He said, "I'd like to apologize wholeheartedly to Miss Colombia and Miss Philippines for my huge mistake." Harvey tweeted following, the show saying, "I feel terrible." When looking back on the incident, he actually recalled it, saying the whole thing was painful and embarrassing. But according to Harvey, the mistake wasn't actually his fault. The host said that during rehearsal, they would only read 2 names, the second runner-up and Miss Universe. Harvey said, a last-minute change to read 3 names on stage the night of the show created the chaos. He said, "Well, in the teleprompter after I announced the second runner-up, the teleprompter said, and the new 2015 Miss Universe is ... So basically he's saying, it wasn't his fault, it was an honest mistake, but nonetheless, he has been so embarrassed by this and of course has not made this mistake again. Actually, he did one time, but that's another story for another time.